Hey guys, it's a girl.
Congratulations. Do you have any idea who the father is?
Shut up.
For story time.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Jake Gyllenhaal heeft zich in de laatste 18 jaar ontwikkeld tot een van de meest veelzijdige acteurs van zijn generatie. Moeiteloos wisselt hij tussen onafhankelijk drama in Brokeback Mountain en actie in Prince of Persia. Maar de 36-jarige acteur werd groot door een paar indrukwekkende dramatische rollen, zoals de oorlogsfilm Jarhead en End of Watch, waar Gyllenhaal zelfs 5 maanden lang meeliep met de politie. Allemaal trouwens niets vergeleken bij de 20 kilo die hij verloor als nieuwsjunkie en Nightcrawler, of de 30 kilo die erbij moesten met keihard trainen voor het boksdrama Southpaw. Gyllenhaal vertelde ons in New York dat hij wel even genoeg had van al dat zwaars, dus na het met Oscars genomineerde Nocturnal Animals koos hij voor Life. Deze sci-fi horror over een groep astronauten van het internationaal ruimtestation is een combinatie van Gravity meets Alien en volgens Gyllenhaal een studie over angst voor het onbekende.
The unknown and fear of that, I think that's what's interesting about this movie and was to me. Like your idea of what's under the water, your idea of what is beyond and the unknown to the dark, that those shadows and those spaces in the world that we are sometimes afraid of, that unknown is very similar to space. And so I like that idea. And for this, I think Daniel already created a world that was already so kind of dark and formidable before I was involved, that really what I had to do was sort of show up and be in it, and then use my imagination for whatever this creature was. So that was fun. It was kind of taking it easy for the first time in a while. Yeah. More fun, This was a real exploration into fun for me. I think that, you're talking about using your imagination most of the time, Whether this is a reality or not, whether this is possible or not is another question. But I think, the number of roles I played recently have required a little bit less of imagination, been in a real world, in reality, where things can actually, we know, have happened. So, but I was in wonderful hands, Seamus McGarvey shot this movie, and I've worked with him before, and he's a real artist, and so I knew that I was safe in front of his camera, that he was gonna know the psychological aspects of this movie. And working with cinematographers like that, you always know that they're gonna make you look better than you are.
Hoewel Life er op het eerste gezicht uitziet als de zoveelste film met aliens en eindeloze computereffecten, is hij verrassend analoog gemaakt. Natuurlijk is er CGI, maar het complete ruimtestation is nagemaakt in de studio, waar de acteurs aan draden hingen om gewichtloosheid te simuleren. Die manier van filmmaken, bijna ouderwets ambachtelijk, is wat Gyllenhaal tegenwoordig vaak mist in de filmwereld.
I think that I hate to be a pessimist, but I think that there's really a lack of craft more and more. There's sort of a sense of, I put it everywhere, is that we are, and I included because I've already said, I'm pretty impatient, and that impatience means that we don't really have time to cultivate craft as much as we used to. I mean, strangely, I was watching The Fisher King yesterday for some reason, and I thought a lot of the shots that Terry Gilliam was shooting in that movie and the acting that was done, these long takes, we very rarely see anymore. And things that would be already resolved with visual effects or whatever were done in camera and based on so many people working together in the moment on the day to make the thing look seamless and work that way. And ask yourself the psychological questions that can't be solved when you haven't asked them before, when you're in the editing room and you have an avid to do whatever you could do. And to me, that's what I see how things have changed. That there used to be a real feeling of apprenticeship in the movie industry, and now I feel like most of us just sort of, you're like, I just want to do that, so I'm just gonna go get into it, and I think. I think generally, and I speak to this, I think there's sort of like we're in a very emotional time where rationale and reason are not as respected as like how we feel emotionally in the moment. And, truthfully, I think, and from my own experience, it never helps anything to just react. You know, it's one of the things that I loved about our last president is the rationale and the reason, which frustrates a lot of people too. Getting back to the idea of patience, you know. So yeah. I think that is how I feel the movie industry changing. As technology comes in, people think, I feel like it's a way of connecting, and I'm starting to feel about that less and less, you know. And in this movie in particular, what's interesting is the only thing that is really a visual effect is that creature. And everything else was really crafted in an amazing way. We shot at Shepperton in London. We had our prop master, our costumes were all handmade, hand-built, specifically to the thing. The ship itself, every knob, every switch, every light was all incredibly meticulously detailed. And I'm amazed by that. I love the UK as a result of that. And it was an honor to work there and on this movie because of that.
We'll hit the atmosphere in 39 minutes.
We won't survive re-entry.
But it could.
Good night. Noises everywhere.